Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be talking about all of the Blu-ray and 4K pickups that I've purchased for the month of October 2023. So yeah, that being said, I'm going to get straight into it. A few of these I haven't actually had the time to actually get round and watch yet, just because I've been watching so many horror films. And yeah, going to get straight into it with the first couple of titles. So the first one I picked up was Elemental from Pixar. Yeah, can't really comment too much on this yet because I haven't seen the film yet. And yeah, decided to pick this up actually on my birthday. I just was like, yeah, I'll treat myself to it. But yeah, I just haven't had the time to get round to it yet as of the time of this recording. So yeah, looking forward to checking it out though, because I've heard some positive things about it. So yeah, that's Elemental. Next up, I went down to the Vault in Birmingham with my good friend Mike over at Cinema Axeman, and I picked up some horror titles down there while I was down in Birmingham. So I picked up these two, and I watched these two this month, and it is the Happy Death Day movies. So the first one, Happy Death Day, and Happy Death Day to You. Yeah, very much sort of a horror version of Groundhog Day. And I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the first one a little bit more, but yeah, they felt very, very, connected and felt like a good, good back-to-back watch with these two movies. I enjoyed them for what they were. So yeah, that's the Happy Death Day movies. Next up, I watched another horror film that I picked up, and that is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Yeah, this definitely had a creepy vibe to it, particularly that scarecrow that's on the front cover. I enjoyed that segment of the movie, and a real creepy atmosphere towards that last story, I think it was, with where they were at the hospital. Yeah, that was messed up. But yeah, I enjoyed the film, had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, that's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Next up, from Disney and Marvel, haven't rewatched this yet. It was a bit of a tough watch for me, this one, but I really did enjoy the film, and it is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is just a great send-off, this film, for these characters. I really, really enjoyed it and just had an absolute blast with it. Bit of return to form as well for the MCU, in my opinion. And I enjoyed the two-tone kind of story that was going on in this film, the flashbacks and the modern-day stuff. Yeah, I just had a great time with it, but it's very, very emotional and very hard-hitting at times. And yeah, but I enjoyed it on the whole. So yeah, that's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Next up, I picked up a movie. Again, I haven't really had time to watch this one yet, and it is The Perfect Weapon. I picked this up off of eBay. I'm looking forward to checking it out when I finally do get around to seeing it, but yeah, haven't seen it yet, so can't comment on it. So yeah, that's The Perfect Weapon. Next up, I really enjoyed this film. I had a really, really fun time with it. C. Thomas Howell, Kelly Preston, Fred Ward, Corey Haim. Amazing 80s cast and an amazing 80s movie. Super underrated. And it is Secret Admirer. I had a ball with this film. I just absolutely enjoyed it. It was everything I wanted it to be. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Sort of about this guy who gets this love letter in his locker. He doesn't know who it's from, but the letter ends up falling in all kinds of people's hands, and they think they're getting this letter off someone else, and it's just a mishmash, and it leads to some dire stuff that goes on in this film. But I loved it. I thought it was great. Superb cast. What a treat this was. So yeah, that's Secret Admirer. Next up, I picked up a movie with William Hurt and Sigourney Weaver, Christopher Plummer. Haven't seen it yet, and it's Eyewitness. I got this down at the Vault as well. Really intrigued by the cover of this one, so I'm looking forward to checking it out when I do get around to it. So yeah, that's Eyewitness. Next up was an upgrade for me. I absolutely love this film. It's one of my favourite movies from the 60s, and it is Boris Karloff in Targets. I've talked about this movie a fair bit. I think it's super underrated. It's a great sort of psychological breakdown and character study, as well as kind of being a nod to horror films. I really, really enjoyed this one. So check this one out if you've not seen it. So yeah, that's Targets. Next up is another movie that I haven't had a chance to get round to watch yet, and it is Class of 1999. I believe this is kind of like a sequel or a spiritual sequel to Class of 1984. I wasn't a big fan of that film, to be honest, but I'm looking forward to checking this one out. I've heard it's quite a lot of fun, so yeah, that's Class of 1999. Next up with two more upgrades for me, and this is an absolute. I think this is a 50s classic, and it is. I believe it's Billy Wilder's "Some Like It Hot." Yeah, Jack Lemmon, Tony Curtis, Marilyn Monroe, comedy gold. Absolutely love this one. It's just an instant classic from the golden era of Hollywood. Absolutely love this film. So yeah, that's Some Like It Hot. And next up, we've got an 80s film with Michael J. Fox. I believe this was the movie he did sort of after Back to the Future. And it is The Secret of My Success, also starring Helen Slater as well. Yeah, I think this, again, is an underrated Michael J. Fox movie. I have a lot of fun with this film. I love the music that's played over the opening, the Universal logo. I think that music's just absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, I like the film. It's fun, it's charming, it's all that stuff. So yeah, that is The Secret of My Success. And the last couple of Blu-rays we've got here are from 88 Films. And the first one I've got is with Jackie Chan, and it is Twin Dragons. Haven't got round to watching this one yet. It's been a busy month for me with October, but yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this one when I do eventually get round to it. So yeah, that's Twin Dragons. And again, another box set from 88, and it is Fight Back to School. Haven't delved into this yet. I'm really looking forward to it because I've heard some positive things about these movies, particularly the first one. So yeah, really looking forward to delving into this trilogy and hopefully having a blast with it. So yeah, that is Fight Back to School. So yeah, those are all of the Blu-ray pickups. So let's move in to the 4Ks. So kicking off with the 4Ks now, first one I picked up was The Others with Nicole Kidman. This was an upgrade from DVD to me. And yeah, this is a really great, creepy movie that I just really enjoy, with an absolutely fantastic ending that I didn't see coming. And yeah, I just think it's an absolutely fantastic film. I haven't checked out the 4K yet, unfortunately, but yeah, I do know the film quite well, and I do think it is a really fantastic film. So yeah, that's The Others. Next up, we've got Gregorys Girl. Yeah, this is a great coming-of-age Scottish movie from the early 80s. Just think it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, really funny stuff. I love that school setting. Really does take you back, you know, even if you didn't grow up at the time but have left school now. Really sort of takes you back where you're just goofing around with your friends, and yeah, just have a fantastic time with this one. It goes down a path as well that I didn't really expect it to go down. Thinking, you know, the movie's setting something up and then completely goes off on a tangent, and I just loved it for that. So yeah, that's Gregorys Girl. Next up is an absolute childhood classic of mine. I love this film. It's the first film I ever saw at the cinema. Comes with a gorgeous slipcover as well, and it is The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is a Christmas staple for me. I am so looking forward to checking this out come December. And yeah, I just absolutely love this film. I think it's an absolute treat. So yeah, that is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Next up, we've got a movie that came out this year, and I'm hoping to get my hands on Oppenheimer at the end of November. And this one is going to sit on the shelf right next to it. And it is, of course, Barbie. I like this movie. I had fun with it. Yeah, it was really hard to get a ticket for this film at the cinema because it had just been completely sold out. Every showing that we decided to look at was jam-packed. And yeah, I enjoyed the film. I thought it was fun. Reminded me of the Lego movie. And yeah, I just had a really great time with this film. I enjoyed it. It was charming. It was delightful. It's not for everyone, but for me, I got some sort of kick out of it anyway. So yeah, that's Barbie. Next up, we've got a horror classic from Roman Polanski, and it is Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, the end of this movie is absolutely creepy. I'm still yet to check out the 4K transfer of it, but yeah, it's a horror staple for me, this one, and I've upgraded this from DVD as it finally came out on 4K. So yeah, really looking forward to checking this one out when I get the time to revisit it. So yeah, that's Rosemary's Baby. Next up, we've got the Steelbook, the Italian Steelbook of The Exorcist. One of, if not my favourite horror movie of all time. I just absolutely love this. I love the fact that this is an amazing film first and a great horror movie second. I just get so much of a kick out of this film. I just think it's amazing. William Friedkin absolutely killed it with this movie for me. And yeah, I'm in two minds. I think I will eventually pick up that box set that Warner Brothers released, not the Bible one, but the other one, just because I love those editions. But for now, this is really, really, servicing me quite well for what it is. So yeah, just an absolutely enjoyable film for me. Just a great horror classic. So yeah, that is The Exorcist on Steelbook. Next up on Steelbook, a horror film from last year, and it is Talk to Me. Yeah, I enjoyed this film. I didn't like some of the characters in it, but I thought the concept was pretty cool, pretty creepy at times as well. And yeah, just about this hand that you have to hold for 90 seconds, otherwise this demon's going to take over you, or this possession's going to happen. And yeah, I just thought the movie was all right. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Had a good time with it. Again, like I said, some characters I just didn't like in this film anyway. But yeah, that's Talk to Me. And next up, sort of the last Steelbook I got my hands on this month was Transformers Rise of the Beasts. I am a massive Beast Wars fan. I loved that show growing up. That was my Transformers growing up, that show. And some of the characters are in this movie, but it just is in no way related to that show at all. There's nothing in this movie that reflects that show, that represents that show, in my opinion. But it's just fun to see these characters sort of on the big screen. And it had a fine third act, this movie, for me. It was very, very entertaining. So yeah, that's Transformers Rise of the Beasts. The next 4K I picked up with an amazing slip. I think this is just absolutely stunning, and it is Scream 3. Now, when these movies from certain horror series get released, I like a bit of consistency and logic to my slipcovers when I pick them up, and the Scream ones are really, really knocking it out of the park for me, particularly 2 and 3. I missed out on a slip on Scream 1, but I managed to get a custom one made for me by Jam Slips, and yeah, they look absolutely amazing together. Superb stuff. Scream 3 itself, I really, really enjoyed this on rewatch. I had a really, really fun time with it. Gets a lot of unnecessary crap, this film, but yeah, it's enjoyable. It's entertaining. It probably has the creepiest moment from any Scream film for me, where Sydney has the nightmares about her mother. They are absolutely horrifying. And yeah, I just enjoyed it. I had a real, real fun time with this one. So yeah, that is Scream 3. Next up from Scream Factory, this again was an upgrade for me. I have the sequel on Blu-ray in the Arrow box set, and I had to get my hands on the 4K of it. It's just a great film from George A. Romero. I absolutely love it. Managed to get it with a slip as well for a decent price. And it is, of course, Creepshow from, I believe, 1982. Absolutely love this film. It's a Halloween staple for me. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. And of course, with all Scream Factory releases, I believe anyway, you get reversible artwork as well on the Amaray. So yeah, brilliant, brilliant stuff. Really, really happy to have this on 4K. And it looked amazing. Absolutely superb. So yeah, that is Creepshow. And next up, I've got to give 2 shout outs here to Keith from Euphoria Pictures and Nige from Rock God 2004. For recommending this film, just on the premise of it being an amazing 4K transfer. I watched the film the other day and I absolutely loved it. I had an absolute blast with it. Although some of the characters in it were a little bit annoying for me, the 4K transfer was absolutely stellar. Yeah, they were not wrong about this one, and it is Hellfest. Yeah, just a great premise, sort of like an American version of like the Farmageddon experiences that you can go on here in the UK. Just sort of horror related little theme parks, and yeah, this was just a real treat. I just love the aesthetics of this movie. The 4K was outstanding, and yeah, just absolutely superb. I had trouble trying to get hold of this movie. It was quite expensive, and I bought it, and eBay were, I was a bit slow on the uptake as to when it was going to arrive, and eventually I got refunded. They just couldn't get hold of a copy for me. And then one day I had a look on eBay. it was sitting there for half the price with a slipcover, and I was like, bang, I'm having that. So yeah, picked this up and I haven't looked back since. Absolutely brilliant 4K transfer on this one, and just an enjoyable horror film. So yeah, that is Hellfest. And the last 3 4Ks that I've picked up are from Vinegar Syndrome. The first one I've got is Freeway, starring Kiefer Sutherland and Reese Witherspoon. Yeah, this is an amazing modern day tale of Little Red Riding Hood, and Kiefer Sutherland is creepy as fuck in this movie. I actually find it really hard to look at the back of this slipcover because it's just creepy. The illustration on it, it's creepy in the movie when you see what happens, but yeah, the back slipcover is just, yeah, it's absolutely horrifying, really uncomfortable to look at, but I enjoy the movie nonetheless. And of course, this does come with reversible artwork on it. I think that's the original poster as well. It's just a great underrated little thriller from the 90s. Real fun time with this one. So yeah, that is Freeway. And next up from Vinegar Syndrome, I pulled the trigger on 2 of these box sets. They look absolutely stunning together on the shelf. So the first one I've got is Paul Verhoeven's Showgirls. Yeah, just an absolutely amazing set, these from Vinegar Syndrome. Just absolutely superb. Magnetized covers as well on the front. And yeah, we get the slip cover on the 4K and a nice booklet inside as well. So yeah, just absolutely love these editions from Vinegar Syndrome. They just look absolutely amazing. Yeah, so that's Showgirls. And the next one and last 4K that I picked up is, of course, for Roadhouse. The late, great Patrick Swayze. Just a fabulous 80s movie from him. So entertaining, this film. The music in it is great. The setting in it is great. And just a fun, over-the-top story. And again, magnetized cover. Absolutely brilliant. With a slip as well, and a nice booklet on the inside as well. So yeah, just an amazing addition from Vinegar Syndrome. Absolutely superb. And the 2 of these just look phenomenal when you put the spines together. Just, yeah, amazing stuff. So yeah, those are all of the Blu-ray and 4K pickups that I purchased for the month of October 2023, guys. So yeah, gonna leave the video there and say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.